When people imagine the Mediterranean diet, they usually picture olive oil, fish, vegetables, and a generous splash of red wine. But quietly tucked into that vibrant, time-honored cuisine is another key player: cheese. Yes, cheese. Not a guilty pleasure, not an occasional indulgence, but a respected and regular part of one of the most studied and celebrated dietary patterns in the world. Despite its creamy reputation and rich mouthfeel, cheese has long held a place at the Mediterranean table, and not just because it tastes great. From feta crumbled on Greek salads to small cubes of aged pecorino in Italy or a bit of manoury served with olives, cheese shows up in moderate, thoughtful amounts, often paired with fiber-rich foods and enjoyed slowly, with company, as part of a deeply rooted food culture. And here's the twist: people who eat this way tend to live longer, healthier lives. The Mediterranean diet has been linked to lower rates of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. It's also associated with greater cognitive resilience, better mood, and yes, impressive longevity. And cheese, rather than being shunned, is part of that success story. Why does cheese thrive in this context? For starters, it's a naturally nutrient-dense food. It delivers high-quality protein, calcium, phosphorus, vitamin B12, and often vitamin K2, all nutrients essential for bone health, muscle maintenance, and cardiovascular function. In Mediterranean populations, cheese consumption helps meet these nutrient needs without requiring massive quantities. You don't need half a wheel of manchego to reap the benefits. A couple of thin slices alongside a tomato salad or grated over lentils does the trick. There's also the matter of moderation. The Mediterranean diet doesn't glorify extremes. It's not about eliminating food groups or counting macros with an app. It's about balance. Cheese is typically eaten in small portions, not as a main course, but as a complement to other whole foods: legumes, vegetables, fruits, nuts, grains. That variety adds to satiety and nutritional harmony. It's the difference between melting half a block of cheese over processed nachos versus enjoying a bit of tangy sheep's milk cheese on a slice of rustic bread with olive oil and roasted peppers. Even full-fat cheeses are welcomed in this tradition. Unlike the low-fat panic of the 1980s, the Mediterranean way doesn't view fat as a dietary enemy. Instead, it recognizes the importance of quality. Fat from whole, real foods like cheese, nuts, and olives is part of what keeps people full, satisfied, and metabolically stable. Cheese in this setting is rarely overprocessed, often made from goat's or sheep's milk, and typically fermented or aged, making it rich in bioavailable nutrients and, in some cases, friendly probiotics. Importantly, cheese in the Mediterranean diet is not eaten in isolation. It's part of a lifestyle that includes physical activity, social eating, natural sunlight, and minimal ultra-processed food. That means the potential risks once linked to saturated fat or sodium in cheese are likely offset, or even outweighed, by the rest of the dietary context and lifestyle. A piece of feta eaten with fresh cucumber, whole grains, and olive oil doesn't behave the same way in the body as a bacon cheese stuffed crust something eaten in front of the TV at midnight. Context is everything. And the results speak for themselves. Southern European populations have some of the lowest rates of diet-related chronic disease and among the highest life expectancies in the world. They aren't avoiding cheese. They're mastering the art of how and when to enjoy it. So the next time someone warns you that cheese is incompatible with health, longevity, or any kind of clean eating, consider pointing them toward the hills of Sardinia or the coastal villages of Crete, places where people live well into their 90s, often with a chunk of cheese in hand and a smile on their face. Cheese isn't the enemy of a long life. When used thoughtfully and enjoyed in the right context, it may actually be one of its allies. In the Mediterranean way of life, cheese isn't just food. It's a cultural treasure, a nutritional asset, and, in all likelihood, one of the tastiest secrets to longevity in moderation.